tell us where you grew up and what brought you into the United States Navy.
Yeah, Northern California, Bay Area, San Francisco was a normal childhood. My parents were, the whole family was alcoholic. The kids were drug addicts, but we loved each other. And we probably, you know what, it was one of those things that I'd like to, no, I don't. There was nothing that I can point at and say, this is the reason. It was just life. It's how it unfolded. It's for us, the family, it's, it's in the genes. So I started use at 14. I was asked to leave the house of my father at 18 because I was getting high with a brother. I went into the military because it was the only honorable thing that I could do. And this was 1978, which was 3 years after the end of Vietnam, and nobody wanted to go in the military. So I had carte blanche. I walked into the recruiter and he gave me everything I asked for. I wanted to be a hospital corpsman and I wanted to see the world. And we got that. I ended up in boot camp finding out that in the third week, you can take a screening test to become a Navy SEAL, which at that point, I had no idea what that was. I saw a picture of a cargo net, 50-foot cargo net, and I wanted to go climb it. That's what I went to go and do, being I didn't have any clue until I got there. And then it was like, oh my goodness. Long story short, 6 months later, February 29th, leap year, 1980, I graduate BUDS class 106. And I'm off to a magnificent start. Prior to going there, I went to Balboa Park to become a hospital corpsman. So I ended up at Little Creek, Virginia, UDT 22, starting out a magnificent career. 9 years and 6 months later, remember what I started at 14 with the drug use? Caught up to me. 9 years, 6 months in, I was discharged for drug use because at that point, the military was not taking it anymore. There was no more allowances, zero tolerance, and I was discharged. I was discharged a mess. I had an addiction that was out of hand, and this was the first time to be a civilian. I'm like, what the hell is this? I discharged at 29, shortly thereafter turned 30, and now this is the first time I'm in a civilian world that makes no sense to me, with a severe addiction. So I ended up going to a 90-day recovery facility, and that 90 days gave me a break. For the first time in 15 years, I went 90 days without substance, but the problem was I didn't know how to live life. Project 90 that I went to is a 12-step program. I did the 12 steps and they didn't work because I didn't work them the correct way. I saw that at about a year, I was going to use again. And this was the first time I'd had a fear that I had never experienced before. This was a fear of failure that had a severe price to it. I was either going to die, end up in jail, or, short thereof in one of those two places. So I decided that I needed to see it because what it is I couldn't feel it. I couldn't remember it. I couldn't see it. So I put myself in the environment. I took an overnight job as an adolescent recovery facility as an overnight counselor. And for 4 years, I watched, I listened, and I learned. And I was given a gift by young people on how to live life by their teachings. At the end of the 4 years, I had no education. The military spent a lot of money on me for a job that had no equivalent in the civilian world. So I left under very good terms and took a job as a unit director at a Boys and Girls Club. The adolescent recovery facility, Daytop Village, was 13 to 17-year-olds, Boys and Girls Clubs, 6 to 18-year-olds. In that 8-year period, I was graced by the most awesome teachers I have ever had, and that is all those kids. They taught me, I think the key element was, if you're going to work with kids, you have to be able to play, and you can't play as an adult. You have to play as a kid. So they taught me how to play as a kid, and that I've taken with me to this day.